Water is essential to life, yet naturally pure, clean water is increasingly hard to find in the modern world. Today's workshop will show you how to purify water with natural materials at home. By doing so, you will be able not only to ensure the water you are drinking is pure, but you can also learn to appreciate the depth and range of flavor within water. My name is Francesca. I'm a designer. I'm based in London, United Kingdom. And today I'm going to show you how to use some natural materials to purify water. On the table I have many natural materials that can be used to purify water. We have the Moringa, we have bentonite charcoal, pine tree, cilantro, rosemary, lemon, clay, terracotta. Let's start from my favorite one. And it's not only my favorite, it's also the most powerful. That is Moringa. Moringa seeds are the seeds of the Moringa tree, and they are amazing cleanser. So there has been studies since the 1970s on using these seeds to purify water, like a natural filter, because they are able to trap the suspended particles of chemicals, heavy metals that are in the water. What you have to do to use it as a filter, you take some seeds, you put in a mortar, something like that. I'm using my grandmother marble one. It's my favorite. And then you start grinding it to obtain a very fine sand. And you put in the water. Then you leave it. You leave it for a while. Better is like at least 6 to 8 hours, but better is to leave it overnight. In general, all the water filter obtained with natural material works better when they are very slow. So then you leave it and the Moringa seeds will work for you. Another very interesting method to clean water with a plant is using a pine tree. Most of the trees, or I would say all the trees, have a sort of lymphatic system. And this lymphatic system consists in this sapwood that is a porous tissue that is inside the branch of the coniferous, in this case is a pine tree. So you just need to source a branch of pine tree. In this case I went to a garden that is not far from my place. This porous sapwood that is inside is able to trap a lot of bacteria and chemicals. So it's perfect as a filter. So actually you need to clean the bark of the branch. Once you have cleaned it very well, you're going to need a bottle, so the same size of the branch. So in this case it's smaller, so I can use this small bottle. And then you're going to need one of these clips to fix the branch to the bottle. So the water will pass through the lymphatic system of the tree, so our natural filter, and slowly, drop by drop, will fill the glasses. Another plant that is a very powerful filter, a very powerful cleanser, but also a very common plant is cilantro. Some researchers in the Tula Valley has demonstrated on how this plant has a very strong bioabsorbent capacity. The way you have to use it is dry. So you need to dry the cilantro. You can do it at home or using a dehydrator or in the sun. So I have dried mine, and then you need to have a tea bag, and you can put the cilantro inside the tea bag and leave it in infusion for a few minutes. The bentonite clay is obtained by aged volcanic ashes, and it's something from the soil, so not exactly a plant, but something that has a strong relation with soil. So let's say the clay has a double effect. From one side, it helps to purify water from chemicals and heavy metals, and on the other side, it releases good minerals inside of it. So it's purifying and mineralizing the water. So that is a very interesting matter to use in relation to water. So to give you an idea of the quantity, for 2 liters of water, you're going to need 1 spoon of clay. Terracotta in general has always been the perfect material to store water because it's able to maintain the water 10 to 15 degrees under the room temperature. So it really maintains the water fresh, and even the taste is very good. Very similar to clay, charcoal, Binchotan charcoal, traditional from Japan, very strong capability of trapping the chemicals, the suspended particles, chlorine, lead, copper that you find in the water, and at the same time, like clay, giving it to the water some very good minerals like magnesium and potassium. If you have a stick of Binchotan charcoal, you simply put in a jar. Otherwise, you can decide to use the Binchotan charcoal powder, and thus you're gonna have a very nice effect, because with just 2 spoons inside 1 liter of water, you're gonna obtain a black water, so a purified black water, so quite intriguing in terms of aesthetic results. Or you can play magic and use crystals. So I like to energize water with crystals. So it's not exactly a filtering system, but more a way to electrify the water. So you can believe it or not, but comes out a very nice result. So you put a crystal at night and you leave it overnight, and then you can drink it.